My name is Keith Duncan from Great Falls, Keithduncan. Mr. Chairman, Senators, fellow Montanans, the case for term limits in Washington has never been more popular. In multiple polls and surveys, Americans in every corner of our country are making their voice heard. They're fed up with politicians that make Congress a career. The re-election rate in Congress is well over 90%, meaning incumbents are almost unbeatable. Unless a seat is open, that race usually lacks serious challengers. This is not what the founders envisioned. What we have today is not a citizen legislature, but rather a professional ruling class that lives and works in Washington, D.C. Term limits would reverse this trend by ensuring that open seat races are held on a regular basis. Term limits would give Congress a fresh infusion of talent, and members would be empowered to be more involved. That would be a major win for we the people. One of the loudest arguments against term limits goes something like this. Lobbyists love term limits because it gives them more influence. Let's consider that for a minute. If you were a lobbyist, what would be your preference? Working with legislatures that you knew well and have a relationship with, or where there is constant turnover? Building relationships takes time, and our lobbyist friends know that. That's why they oppose term limits. Allow me to quote former mega lobbyist and convicted felon, Jack Abramoff. Like almost every lobbyist I knew, I didn't want to have to build relationships with new members constantly. A representative who stayed in office for decades and was a friend was worth his weight in gold. I'm continuing to quote, but permitting people to rule for decades is a recipe for disaster. Is there really any difference between a permanent Congress and a president for life? End quote. Please support SJ2. Please return our government to we the people.